VonAllen Sports.
Welcome to VonAllen Sports MMA UFC 269, live from Las Vegas. No, I'm kidding. We're not from Las Vegas. We're from all over the world. So tonight we have a great card. This is one of the best cards of the year so far. 2 title fights tonight. We're going to be starting it out with Sugar Sean O'Malley. He's going to be trying to keep his streak going. Now, he says he's undefeated, but we all know what Oliveira did to him with his ankle. But he's still going to keep that streak going. Who else have we got here? We have Kai Kara-France and Cody Garbrandt. So we got Cody Garbrandt, former UFC champion, 135-pound bantamweight division. Now he's dropping down for the first time tonight for the 125-pound flyweight division. He's never made this cut before, but he seems to be looking great from it, and he's going to have his first fight tonight against a tough guy in Kai Kara-France, who fights out of City Kickboxing in New Zealand with Israel Adesanya, Alexander Volkanovski, and all those guys, Brad Riddell, now Dan Hooker, all those guys. So he's going to be a tough fight tonight. Cody did look a lot bigger than Kai Kara-France did, but Kai Kara doesn't seem shaken at all by any of this stuff. But next we have Jeff Neal and Santiago Ponzinio. Jeff Neal is a good fighter. He's out of Dallas. He just quit his day job serving at a restaurant. I think he worked at some sort of like a Black Angus type restaurant or something as a server. He just now quit his job, went full-time MMA. He's a great fighter. Against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, a really tough fight last year or the year before. He's going to be fighting Santiago Ponzinio, which is one of the most underrated fighters, probably in the entire UFC in any weight division. He's one of the toughest guys. You can't put him away. It's hard to beat him. He hits really hard. He knocks people out, and he's very dangerous. This is going to be a good fight. Jeff Neal's coming right off the tails of his arrest 2 weeks ago on Thanksgiving. Now, it's not like him to get arrested. He's not that kind of guy. He's not like a John Jones type of guy.
Hey, don't insult the GOAT.
Yeah. But Jeff Neal did make a mistake. He got he was Thanksgiving
they
night.
Actually changed his. It's Jeff DUI Neal. That's his new name, right?
Yeah. Well, not only a DUI, but he was carrying a gun too.
Was it a gun? Wow.
So he got a DUI while carrying a gun.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's a gangbanger. He's not that type of guy.
I don't even think the gun's.
Yeah,
I think the DUI is the bad part. You know.
It's a one-off thing for him. There we go. Jeff Neal behind bars.
Yeah. No, the DUI. It's like I think they should have a class.
It's not like this is not his MO. This is not normal for him. So right. I'm gonna let him slide on that.
A lot of people. That happens to a lot of people.
Yeah. So. They need to have a class though for all these people. It's like teach them what Uber is. When you have money, it doesn't even cost that much for an Uber, man.
So I want to give a summary of the next 2 fights, 2 title fights. We got the 135-pound bantamweight women's championship on the line. Amanda, the Lioness Nunez, is going to be defending her title for I don't know how many times now. I think it might be the 8th time since she beat Misha Ford about 4 or 5 years ago. And she's going to be fighting Juliana Pena, who has been asking for this fight for half a decade now. She's been calling out Amanda Nunes, and not many people call out Amanda Nunes. In fact, nobody really calls her out until it's time for the UFC to give them a phone call and ask them if they want to fight Amanda for the belt.
You know what I noticed?
I guess
her,
I will.
It's different. It's she seems to be talking real. A lot of these girls, when they're about to fight Amanda, they call her out, and it seems very forced, very just because you're in the moment of fighting her, and you have to, you want to seem tough and hype yourself up. She's been saying the same thing, and she seems sincere. Man, we got to see what happens on this one. I mean, common sense tells you Amanda's gonna do this, but you never know. So eventually, somebody's gonna beat her, right? Maybe it's Juliana.
Well, I believe 100% that Juliana believes what she's saying.
Yeah,
I don't think she's not BSing people. But the thing is, though, I don't think she has the tools to back it up, though. She may think she does, but I don't think she does. As far as Amanda, I still think that Valentina Shevchenko can still beat her. And she's an undersized, person too. But, as far as tonight's fight goes.
Valentina could beat Amanda?
Yeah. Well, they fought twice already, and a lot of people thought Valentina won that second fight. And Valentina was undersized. Valentina came in probably about 15 pounds smaller than her, and that's a lot in the women's division. And she's a lot shorter, smaller reach, and overall she's just a smaller person. And she's made Amanda work hard for her. And Valentina came out of 2 3-round fights with her unscathed. So, barely a mark on her. So yeah. I think Valentina really has the best chance of beating her right now.
It's just a size difference, you know what I mean?
It's the size difference. You can't get over that. I mean, I guess you can, but don't forget that Valentina Shevchenko beat Holly Holm, who's as big as Amanda Nunes. So, Valentina's pretty good. But for tonight, Juliana Pena. The thing about Juliana Pena is she was on one of the TUF, the Ultimate Fighter shows, way back in 2000. I think it was 2005 13 or 14, something like that. And she did really well, but she's a grappler, and that's what she's relying on with Amanda tonight. She's relying on grappling and wrestling Amanda to the ground, possibly getting a submission or just outworking her to win points. She knows she's not going to end up knocking Amanda out. She's probably not going to stand and fight with her with their hands, but she thinks that she can beat her on the ground, and that's what she's going to try to go to as soon as she can. I'm just not sure Julianne is strong enough to do that. I'm not sure she has the actual strength
I don't think so.
to do what it takes.
I'm going for her, but it's a tall order, man, for fighting Amanda.
First of all, we saw Amanda Nunes but she hadn't cycled off her roids last 3 weeks or so, because she didn't. We saw on the interviews, they do the vlogging and all that.
Yes.
Dude, she's just covered in zits. She's just like her whole body was just covered in zits,
which is a sign of
it's a huge sign of
steroids,
PED use.
Oh, here we go. We got a big fight starting right now, guys. Here we go. Big fight starting right now. Bruce Buffer's calling him out. Dominic Cruz and Pedro Nunez. And now I think Pedro's probably going to win this fight.
Oh, no way. Dominic's going to win this.
No. Oh my gosh. You don't know Pedro Nunez. Okay, you what? Okay, I'm calling Pedro on this fight. We'll see what happens. But if Dominic wins, it's going to be by decision. They call him the Dominator.
When was Dominic's last fight?
Huh?
How long ago was Dominic's last fight? It was a while ago.
He fought Casey Kenny back in the spring or something. Back in the spring, I think. He fought Casey Kenny. Yeah. And won a decision on that.
So do you like Dominic Cruz, Jason?
I think he's overrated as a fighter. I mean, he's like, I'm not the guy to sit here and call people out, but I'm saying if it was real life, and I was like in a bar or something like that, and there were a bunch of fighters in the room, he'd be the one that I would be less worried about. I remember I'll get beat by all of them, but the one guy who I would not be terrified of would be this guy. He's just overrated.
Yeah, I feel that way about Demetrius Johnson. So,
well, Demetrius Johnson's slick though. Yeah, he's slick, man. Remember, he doesn't walk around weighing 125 pounds. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, but was he 5'3"? He's so tiny.
Yeah, he's 5'3". Yeah.
Okay, just real quick, can I just want to say to start off, he's not a MMA guy, but Demaryius Thomas died recently.
Yeah.
33 years old. They won't report why he died or how he died. Some kind of medical issue. So I just want to say, what is it?
Seizure. He had a seizure at home.
Well, yeah, they say he was having seizures for like the last month and a half. Guy doesn't have epilepsy. But anyway, I just want to say shout out to that because DT was a great NFL player. But, yeah, I just, going back to what y'all were talking about with the Amanda Nunes and Pena. Pena seems pretty damn strong, dude. You said that Nunez is clearly her testosterone levels are up pretty high. It's pretty obvious, but I'll make a joke that she's almost doesn't seem like a girl to me. But everyone's beatable. She's been beat before, so. Oh
yeah, she got beat by Kat Zingano.
Yep.
What is Nunez's biggest strength? What is her number one strength that she does?
Her hands. She got hands with like cannonballs. And she's got a long range. Her arms she punches really long.
Look what she did to Cyborg. When she did that to Cyborg, that cemented her abilities.
So what's her ground game like? What level?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. She did okay when she fought Jermaine Durandamy, but Jermaine Durandamy sucks on the ground, so you can't really talk about that. But her ground game is good, and it's good enough to defend. I'm just not. I mean, she won't like dominate Juliana Pena if they go to the ground. I just think Juliana Pena, okay, her strength is being on the ground, wrestling, and then trying to submit people, okay? Yeah. She's a submission artist, and that's what she does. That's how she wins fights. She fought Valentina Shevchenko 2 fights ago, and Valentina submitted her, made her tap to an armbar. And Valentina is not even considered a ground fighter, but she's so well-rounded. She took out Juliana Pena, just like Juliana Pena thinks she's going to do Nunez. She's not as good as she thinks she is. That's my opinion.
Okay, so
I believe she has all the confidence in the world. See, Pedro Nunez has already given Dominic trouble right here.
Yeah.
Pedro's going to win this fight.
You think so?
He's good, dude. He is dangerous, man. He is a good fighter.
So Pena's best shot is to start going for the takedown immediately and maybe pinning her and just keep from getting punched, basically.
She'll use her hands as a distraction for a while. Yeah, she'll use her hands. She'll do leg kicks and use her hands as a distraction to try to get her. She won't go for a double leg, but she'll go for a waist takedown. Like she'll grab her by the waist and push up against the fence and then work on the ground from there. That's what her game plan is going to be.
Speaking
Amanda?
of Dominic Cruz, about a week ago, before all that stuff came out between him and DC, I told Aaron, how many stupid things is Daniel Cormier? We should have an over and under on how many stupid things Daniel Cormier is going to say on the pay-per-view card.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then Dominic Cruz
all
came
the
out with
time.
that a couple of days. I was like, that's pretty funny. But it's like lately he's been really bad.
Oh, you just knocked out Dominic Cruz. Oh, he just splash knocked him out.
No. Oh wait.
Yep. Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, he caught
Dominic's
him.
he's trying to
He got
recover.
up,
He's
though.
trying to recover.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh, that's the worst thing you can do, Pedro. You got to get back on the feet while he's still stunned.
Nate Diaz did that. He made that mistake.
Yep, you can't. And see, now Dominic's getting to recover right here. He's loving this. Oh, he's going for an armbar. He's not going to get it, though. There you go. You got to grab him on his... Dude, did you guys see that flash knockout? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's got... Okay, look, Dominic's worried now. He's thinking. Pedro's going to catch him again at some point. See, Dominic just doesn't have the power to knock people out. The last time he finished anyone was Mizugaki, like 5 years ago. Mizugaki sucks.
No, his only thing was that so-called fancy
Oh,
footwork
and another
of his.
one.
That fancy
He's got
footwork
a-
of his is what, like, he would go 5 rounds in kind of point fight, pretty much. That's what Dominic
That's all he
Cruz
is.
known for.
He's the decisionator, not the dominator.
Yep.
I thought of him as the masturbator, but okay.
So,
I thought him and DC were going to make out.
and Pedro
No, I
crapped
thought-
him again, dude. I'm
thought-
telling you guys, people
he
sleep
was gonna-
on Pedro. Look at his record. Look at who he's fought. Pedro's fought the best. He's been around us forever, dude. These guys have been around about the same amount of time. I think they both came out in the WEC back in the day.
But I agree with Dominic's position on the prelims when he was asked why is he in the prelims, and he said, "Well, I'm getting more eyeballs." You know, Roman, you told me that.
Yeah, because you're getting all the people that are watching the free fights or the ESPN Plus
That's right.
fights, and then so he's
It's
like, I
not-
get
it
paid
may-
the same. Doesn't matter to me, you know. I get more people.
it may
viewing
not
me.
be marquee. It may not be a marquee position, but it's definitely the most watched
Yeah.
for sure.
Did you hear that though? Him and DC going back and forth, Jason.
Oh, I watched the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it's
thing
funny.
came in and tried to mediate it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, him calling it out, but it's true though. I was just saying that DC, man, he says stuff that's like, oh, this guy's coming back, or like you're watching a fight and it's completely wrong. You're like, is he watching a different fight than me? Right?
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier, other than the stuff he's trained on, he doesn't know a lot about mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
In fact, just earlier tonight, there was a fight with Ryan Hall and Minner from Kansas City. Those guys are fighting tonight. He literally just couldn't say anything. He just told Joe, he's like, I don't know anything about what these guys are doing. So he's kind of like only knows what he knows.
He
about
knows the
himself
wrestling.
and what
Yeah,
what
wrestling
his
and-
personal experiences.
Yeah.
He's wrestling and basic, competitor stuff, but he's not knowledgeable in all areas with most fighters. He's just not.
Right.
And what Dominic called him out was true. He
I
doesn't
would
watch
think
a lot
so.
of film or tape.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, he even admitted that he was like, I used to have somebody do all the work for me, you know?
Yeah. It's a good fight so far.
Just want to say welcome to John Thomas Chavez, Nightwalker, all the way from Germany. He's staying up late to be with us tonight. Jalen is here. Welcome, Jalen. And Celtics Nation, salute, man. So we have a lot of members, VAS members here tonight,
Nice.
actually.
Awesome. Thanks for coming, bye, guys.
So let's see. We'll wait until the Dominic Cruz fight is over to start talking about who we think is going to win in the main card.
Yeah, we still got to talk about the main event.
Yeah, you haven't got to that. Yeah. We got
Charles
sidetracked
Dubronx
there.
Oliveira and Dustin Poirier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I'll save it, but I have plenty to say about that.
Go ahead.
Now, Dominic, how long has it been since he was champion?
Dominic Cruz, it's been a long time. He lost the belt to he actually had to give it up because he was injured. I think he had to vacate it because he was injured. But he hasn't won the belt since. It's been a long time. It's been 8 years, maybe. 7 years. 8 years, maybe 9 years. I don't know. Something like that.
How old is he?
7. He's like 34, 35.
Dominic
I
Cruz?
think he's like 35 right now. I could be wrong, but him and Uriah Faber and Mighty Mouse, they used to all three have like a little kind of thing going on where they were rivals back in WEC.
Yeah, I remember that.
What were they like fighting for the midget trophy?
Yeah, the midget division. Hey, you know what? If you guys want to watch a really good fight, if you want to watch one of the most masterclass performances in all of UFC, watch Cody Garbrandt when he fought Dominic Cruz.
Yes, that was a great fight.
Dude, it wasn't a great fight. Well, it was a great fight. You had to watch Cody do what he did to Dominic, but it was like Cody just made him look stupid. Oh, and he popped him again.
That's one when he was like doing push-ups and breakdancing during the middle
of
the...
he was making Dominic, he was slipping, and Dominic was missing, and Dominic, his little dancing footwork didn't do anything. Cody was just so much faster and slick that night.
Yeah, speaking of Cody, who do you think is you think Cody's gonna win that tonight?
Oh yeah, he's gonna beat Kai. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, going down, he looks so much bigger than him,
It's not just bigger, but I just think he's just gonna be a lot more aggressive.
The experience.
And I think he's gonna win that fight. I mean, if Kai can possibly, if they get in a scramble, Kai can, grab his neck real quick, he can probably win like that. But I don't see him definitely doing it any other way than that. Dominic's getting tired. He's breathing out of his mouth. He may have a broken nose.
So the main fight here, Dustin Poirier. Who you going for? Who you want to win this? I'm
going for Charles Oliveira. I like him. I've always liked him. I liked him way back in the day. I remember back in 2013 or 2012, I saw him walking out one time. For the first time I saw him walk out, he comes out wearing like regular eyeglasses because he wears glasses and then he takes them off in his cage. But he's wearing his eyeglasses. He was so skinny back then. He's a lot skinnier than he is right now. And he came out wearing this this sponsored shirt. He looked like one of those like cyclist guys who rides their bicycles along the road or something, like those little tight spandex shirts. He was like, his arms were probably this big around. He's wearing this little cycle shirt and his glasses. And I was like, this guy's like weird. He came out like all happy and stuff. And I was like, oh, he's going to get murdered. He came out there and he was just so slick. And I'm like, oh crap. He's dangerous. This guy's dangerous.
Man, did you see the weigh-in stare down? Dustin seems like one of those guys that are hyping himself up, like he's sensing he's not going to win it. I sense that. Like if
I felt that too. And I looked at Charles.
He's like trying to he's like trying to get aggressive. Man? Yeah, but it seemed forced. It seemed very forced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Aaron, did you see the ceremonial weigh-in with them?
Yes.
Yep.
When Charles came out and took his shirt off, he had his little betting chain on, his little betting chip on.
Yep.
And then to Dustin, I felt the same thing. I was like, Dustin's a confident guy. He's actually good. I mean, look at the guy. He's beaten a lot of great guys.
Good.
Yeah, he's really good. But for some reason, when they went face to face, and I saw Charles looking down at him like that, I was like, dude, Charles ain't losing this, man.
Well, yeah, he changed. Like you can see Dustin stare, and then he suddenly changed. And he starts getting like that mad face, like he was putting it on.
Yeah,
like he's trying to hype himself up. You can totally tell.
Well,
man,
that's what Ty France did.
I'm telling you, man. Since that Conor fight last time, I've lost. I just don't like Dustin anymore. I'm not a fan of his. I was liking him.
I just always thought he was fake. I always thought he was fake. He might be the guy who has those charities and whatever. But I think he's just like. There's something fake about him, and it bugs me. I don't know what it is, but it's just not personally. I'm just not into it.
Every time he's talking in an interview, he just says all like the stock stuff to say. You know what I mean? He's like, it's gonna be the greatest epic fight. It's gonna be, gonna shock the world. Like all that typical stuff. Every time. He never says an original thought. It seems like
just everything's he's so square.
Scripted. Yeah, it's all scripted.
Pedro's bleeding pretty good right now.
Yeah.
The thing is about Oliveira is. Coming from, watching football and analyzing football quite a bit, nothing is more awesome than watching a guy losing, a quarterback, being down or someone getting injured and getting back on the field and then doing something awesome. That's what Oliveira did last time. I thought he was finished.
Against Chandler.
Oh,
yeah,
done.
Yeah.
And he comes back and wins it. And now I know what this guy is capable of, so he can take a punishment, and he mentally isn't out of it.
Yeah,
and obviously nobody can do anything if you get rocked, bad enough. But I'm just saying though that if it's not too bad, I know he's not mentally going to check out. Like when Poirier, when he exposed his neck to Khabib. I'm like, dude, you were mentally defeated before he even locked that in.
He was.
Before he locked it in, it was over.
Yep.
And I can't stand that crap. And Poirier, so that bugged me about Poirier. And then the whole Conor situation. Since then, he's been very arrogant. Like during the weigh-ins, when he was doing his interview, he was just like trying to, like you guys were talking about. But what I saw was he thinks that he's popular. He thinks that, he's a big draw, he's a big deal, and all this stuff. I don't think he understands that he's not that popular. He's not as well received as he thinks he is.
Talking about Dustin?
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah. Dustin is a draw when he's fighting someone else who's a draw as well, or someone that's going to be a good fight. He has exciting fights. Dustin has exciting fights. I mean, I was there in person when he and Justin Gaethje fought. That was in 2007, April 2018. They fought. Yep. That was a great fight. I was right there when he beat Justin. He's the first and only person. No, Eddie Alvarez did too, I think. So he's one of only two people to finish Justin Gaethje in Justin's career. Yep. So,
but the boredom or excitement thing, it still goes back to all the pre-stuff. I think Charles Oliveira with speaking Portuguese with a translator is more exciting than listening to Dustin Poirier speak.
I agree.
And that's usually not that exciting when you got to go through a translator like that.
Yep.
Just the nature of it. And
I agree completely.
You just know what Dustin's going to say. Always the typical lines. So so it's who do you think is actually going to win on the prelim on the Jeff Neal? Santiago Ponzinio.
I think Ponzinio is just too tough, man. He is a killer. I mean, he's a killer, man. I think Ponzinio is going to win that fight.
Yeah. And then
I think Sean O'Malley will probably win, but I think Paiva can beat him as well. So it won't surprise me if Paiva wins, but
it would surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Man, did you see his accuracy in that last fight against the guy with the red colored hair?
Talking about Lane
Staley? But we can't judge Sean O'Malley's skills based off of Chris Mutino.
Yeah. Well, all the other fights too.
That guy didn't even belong there. He wasn't even supposed to be there. In fact, he's not even. The UFC probably isn't even going to give him another fight. If they do, it's only out of respect for him and putting his face as a punching bag for them. But yeah, Sean O'Malley, the Chris Mutino fight isn't what you get. What you get is guys when he fights people like Marlon Chito Vera and people like that who are decent. That's when you start figuring out who he is. And I know we didn't get to see that fight materialize to the end or anything. But that's what happens, I mean, it's happened to a lot of people in the past,
We'll see tonight. He'll get ranked finally, right? Everybody's been talking about he's not ranked. He'll be number 15, I'm assuming.
And then nobody can say anything after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started with our picks because it's about 30 minutes away. That's going to go fast, especially if we have any added conversation.
So let's start with the prelim. Let's go right up the list to the main card. So we'll start with the Brazilian Paiva versus Sean O'Malley. So what's your pick on that, Jason? What do you think's going to happen? Round and weigh?
Well, that's not a prelim, is it?
Not prelim.
No, that's the first fight of the main card.
First fight of the main card, I should say. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm losing my mind.
Pedro's running down Dominic Cruz here. Okay, so I'm going to have to say that I think Sean O'Malley will either go ahead and win that after a while of TKO, or he will survive all the ground stuff to get a decision. I think he'll win either way. But it won't surprise me if Paiva wins. I'm not going to go, how'd that happen? But I think
if you had to make a pick, you're going with Sean O'Malley. If you had
I'm going with O'Malley. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going with O'Malley. I'm going to say he's going to probably finish him. I think he's going to finish him. He wants to prove a point. He even said that. He was, I got to finish him if I want to even call anybody.
Well, he said that when he fought Chris Mutino last time too. In fact, he said I got to get a knockout for the Phoenix Suns because I got on they put me on their Twitter and I told them I get a knockout for him. The whole team is watching me, so he's got the Phoenix Suns watching him. He's trying to get a knockout for him, and he couldn't knock out a guy who's not even a pro yet. The guy who's an amateur. So just because he says he needs a knockout doesn't mean he's going to get it.
I'm going to call it a second round TKO.
I wouldn't argue with that, but I'm gonna have to say if that doesn't happen, he'll probably still get a decision because he can survive on the ground. He's proven that before that he can survive on the ground. So,
okay. What do you think, Aaron?
Oh, O'Malley. I know. You were referring to his last opponent wasn't that good, and he's not even ranked yet. his
No, not
accuracy-
ranked. Not ranked. He wasn't even a pro. He was like minor league.
He was a fill-in, right?
He was a fill-in and never even fought in the UFC or anything. He was fighting in a regional promotion, and they just pulled him up.
But his accuracy reminds me of Connor quite a bit. I'm not okay.
But
I'm not saying
but
he's
his
Connor.
accuracy,
I'm not
his accuracy
saying he's
is
Connor.
good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that. But I don't think he's knocking anyone out. I think it's going to go to decision, and O'Malley will win.
Sean O'Malley was the whole star of that press conference. He's an entertainer too. That's what I like about it. He's a little funny with his hair and all that, but funny looking, but whatever. He's silly, but at the same time, he was entertaining. Everybody was asking him more questions than they were asking the main event guys.
Yeah, nobody cared about Poirier. In fact,
Poirier.
the women were more interesting. With the talking and stuff,
Yeah.
they were into it. I like Pena, how she's not. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just saying I liked how she wasn't backing down to Nunes. Okay, so we got those picks.
Cody
Roman?
Garbrandt. I'm going Cody Garbrandt by. Man, I'm gonna say a knockout. I'm gonna say
Wait. Hang on.
Hang on.
Let's go back to Pava. How do you say his name? Pava?
Paiva.
Okay, Paiva.
Paiva.
And O'Malley. Who do you want to win? Not who you think's going to win. Let's do both. Let's do who we want to win and who we think's going to win.
Well, I don't hate either guy, and I'm not a big fan of either one. So I'm not personally invested in that as far as that part of it goes. However, I think if Sean O'Malley loses, we don't get to see the Sugar Show like it could have been. Like it won't be as fun to watch.
It might slow it down.
Won't take him
It'll slow it down.
Right.
I'd rather see what he can do and how
Yeah.
far he goes.
Okay.
If Paiva wins, it's no big deal. He's just another dude.
Cannon fodder. Okay, so yeah, I think we all agree we're going for O'Malley. Okay, Roman, go ahead.
Cody Garbrandt. I'm gonna say a knockout in the second round.
Okay, so what's the matchup?
Cody Garbrandt versus Kai Kara France.
I'm sorry, can you say that guy's name again?
Kai Kara France.
Kai Kara France.
What's that last name?
France.
Like the country.
I cannot root for anyone with the name France. Okay? It's just not going to happen. But I'll start this one off. I'm going for Garbrandt. I'm going for Cody. I also think Cody's going to win. Cody is too big. He's too big, man. And isn't he coming down a weight class?
Oh, weight class. It's going down. It's the first time fighting.
Class, yeah.
First time fighting at that weight. So
yeah, you told me that. So I didn't even know. I mean,
Dominic Cruz, winner by unanimous decision.
No. Oh, he did. Okay.
I think we're ahead of Jason by like 5 seconds or something.
Okay.
Yeah, they just now came back from commercial.
Oh, okay. You're
on mine.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it's just the decision.
They still haven't announced it yet.
Yeah.
They're still walking around the cage right now over here.
Okay. Well, at least you saw the fight. So,
Welcome, Tyree Vaughn. Jason, Tyree just arrived. This dude, remember he sent me that Coca-Cola stuff? But the other day he sent me a custom Patriots jersey with my last name on it. A number 12
awesome.
Pats jersey with VonAllen on the back. How cool is this guy?
Yeah, that was awesome.
So welcome, Tyree. Thank you so much again. I just want to tell you that. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow we have a big day. Bucks versus Bills. In fact, I'm even going to have a visitor. Zishan is coming over to watch the game with us. And then we'll have a post-game after that, of course. But it's going to be a big day tomorrow. But going back to Kai Kara France and Cody Garbrandt, Roman. Yeah, Roman was telling me about Garbrandt coming down a weight class. He came down one weight class.
Yeah,
right? So,
and he had a few losses recently, but he was the champion a few years back. So, and now he's moving down a weight class, and he looks a lot bigger too. You could see that when they were doing the stare downs, he's sizable, noticeably different.
Yeah.
So who do you think is going to win that, Jason?
Well, I think Cody's definitely going to win. I'm just not sure. I don't think it'll be a straight knockout. I think it'll be a TKO stoppage.
TKO. When I say KO, I mean it's basically TKO, same thing, basically. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
For KOs, it's like what Tai Tuivasa did to Augusto Sakai tonight,
Yeah.
where he goes down like rubber,
Yeah.
it falls and he's collapsed. But yeah, I think it'll happen. I'm not sure what round. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that it'll be in the first round.
Jason, do you like when he drinks beer out of random strangers' shoes? Would you do that?
The shoey.
That's so sick. Yeah.
He's done that since his first fight in the octagon, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
I would never do it.
Yo. Okay, let's do our next pick. We got Jeff DUI Neal Santiago
guys.
Ponzinio.
Well, Roman on my paper, Roman drew him in jail. Okay. So Roman defiled all of my papers here. He put ears on.
Oh yeah, you see that guy's ears, man?
On Ponzinio, or whatever, and he put hot sauce. A man, duh.
Yeah, Dustin's always plugging his hot sauce. I'm getting tired of seeing that.
Yeah, he even screamed it when the girls were arguing. He goes, "Hot sauce for everybody." It's like,
Yeah.
okay, where's that hot sauce? I bet he didn't give hot sauce to everybody in that building.
Yeah.
If you're
He
gonna
just wanted
promote
to say it.
if you're gonna promote a product, you got to do it in style like Connor does
Yeah,
with his whiskey. You know,
Yeah.
like Connor picks the right moment.
Right.
Like Khabib, for example. Khabib doesn't drink; it's against his religion. That's the perfect time to try to endorse your scotch by trying to shove it in his face and say, "Drink with me." You know.
Yeah.
You got to pick your battle or you pick your spots, dude. And you know, Poirier just doesn't have that. He just doesn't.
No. He's
But
square,
okay.
man. He's a square.
So back to Neal, Jeff DUI Neal.
So who do you pick on that to win that, Jason?
I pick Santiago Ponzinio to win by either TKO second or third round or strong decision.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a decision for Santiago.
Jeff Neal's a tough guy, man. You can't. I can't think of anyone that's actually put him away. In fact, I don't know anyone who's finished him before. And same thing from Ponzinio. These guys are just two tough dudes, man. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm not trying to be.
Did you say you said Neal or Ponzinio? Who do you think is going to win on that? Santiago? Sorry, Jason.
I think Ponzinio is definitely going to win it.
Yes,
I don't know if it'll be.
I heard you right then. Who do you going for, Aaron? Who do you think is going to win?
I'm going for Jeff Neal. Usually, if I don't have a favoritism in the other fighter, it comes down to country. I go for the American. So I'm going Jeff Neal. I'm going for Jeff Neal, and I'm also picking Jeff Neal. So
How and when?
Knockout in the third round.
Knockout, like straight knockout.
Well, TKO. Well, TKO. Call it the same thing,
TKO.
basically.
No, they're not the same thing. TKO means you can just punch somebody and they just kind of cover up and the rest stops it and they're totally fine.
Yeah.
A knockout is when they're unconscious.
Yeah, I know it's not the same technically,
Okay.
but that's getting too specific.
I'm going to say.
No. That's not getting too specific because those are two different types of fighters and two types of punchers. You get punchers who are knockout artists, and you get punchers who just kind of like throwing a bunch of volume, like Nate Diaz. And he can finish someone, but it's about throwing a bunch of volume at somebody.
A lot of the stats though only go by TKO. KO.
Then you get people like Josh Emmett, who they're advertising right now, who puts people to sleep straight up.
No, I understand.
Two different types of fighters, two different types of punchers.
I'm just saying when you look at stats, they basically call TKO, KO the same category. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. All right.
I think Jeff's going to rock him and then get on the ground and pound, and then it's going to be stopped. Third round. So.
All right, here we go. Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. Well, I think we're all going for Juliana. It sounded like from our talk earlier, huh? We're all going for Juliana, I would assume, right?
I'm not really going for anyone in that fight.
Oh, okay.
I don't really like either one of them. I dislike both of them, so I don't care who wins or who loses. But I think Amanda's going to win.
Yeah,
I think it'll be by TKO stoppage again.
Yeah, I think TKO.
First or second round.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe second round TKO. Amanda, unfortunately.
I think if Amanda TKOs her, it'll first or second round. And the only reason why I'm not saying the first round is because I think Juliana can probably survive a little bit because she is tough. Like she can take a lot and she can survive. But that's the only reason why I'm not saying first round. If it wasn't for that, I'd say first round because Amanda comes out strong, man. She comes out just right away. Can't say Amanda without saying a man.
It's your prediction.
Amanda. It's a man, duh.
You think Juliana could do it, Aaron?
Not only do I think she's going to do it, she can do it. I think she's going to do it. She's going to win in a decision. Okay?
I think if Juliana wins, it'll be by submission or nothing. It'll be submission or nothing.
I doubt that. Well, but I think that Amanda is looking past her. I think that she's been winning too much, and I think that she's been champion for now. That I think she's invincible, and I could tell by the way she was acting and the way she was talking, she's not taking this seriously. I think this is a Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm situation.
Right, this could be the turning point.
I don't mean the way they're fighting.
Right.
I just mean where Ronda just assumed that this was just going to be easy and looked past her and then got screwed up. So
Okay.
Who do you think's going to win, Roman?
I do believe.
I
that
think
Pena's gonna win tonight.
I think Amanda probably a TKO, probably right by the second round.
Yeah, I say
I'm
the
going
same
for
thing.
Juliana though. I really,
God, I hope not.
Okay, then we got the main event here. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. Aaron,
This is a tough one to pick.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Charles is going
to. Who's going first? I guess Roman will go first.
Charles Oliveira, I'm saying, is going to take it. I think he's going to finish by submission. I'll say second round submission.
That's a really good pick. I'm probably going to agree with everything you just said. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't doubt if he gets a first round submission with a surprise.
It's possible.
But I think he can win with a second. I think my pick is the same thing. Second round submission, Charles Oliveira. Now don't forget Charles Oliveira. He's a striker now. So, but I still don't think he's not as good as Dustin. Dustin's a way better boxer in my opinion. But Charles has some really hard kicks, man. I mean, he's got some hard kicks. He can probably do some damage on Dustin. If he piles on the kicks, he can weaken Dustin's punches with the kicks, make his legs weaker so his punches don't have much behind him. And then that keeps Dustin from being able to do anything, enough to finish Charles with strikes. So, yeah, I just don't see Dustin winning this fight unless it's like a grind out in the fifth round decision or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He could catch Charles with something good and stun him like Chandler did.
Yeah, absolutely possible. But if I had a pick, that's what I think is going to happen. Yeah.
So this next fight they're coming on right now, the Josh Emmett fight, this is going to be a sleeper, man. These guys, this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a finish. Someone's going to get finished in this one. This is not going to be a grinder decision fight. This next one.
Yeah, Josh Emmett. He used to be a wrestler more so, and now he's doing more stand up, right?
Yeah, he trains at Team Alpha Male with Cody Garbrandt and all those guys. Yeah. But see, Dan Ige's a banger too. He does the same thing. Somebody's getting knocked out in this fight. It's going to be a TKO. If someone doesn't get TKO'd or KO'd in this fight, someone's going to get some damage if it goes to the end. Yep. This is not going to be a clean fight.
No. So who's your pick, Aaron, for the main event?
I want Oliveira to win. And like I said, normally I'd be going for the American, but I don't like Dustin. So, and I like Oliveira. I like people who come back and things like that. But, God, I have a bad feeling about this. Every time I go against Poirier, he always finds a way to win. I mean, it's so annoying.
Yeah, the one time I was going for Poirier was against Khabib, and then he wound up losing that. That's funny.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, God, I feel like this. Okay, first of all, decision. It's they're not going to be able to finish each other. I can see
5 rounds too.
By the third round, I see them just kind of doing the whole kind of shit. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Just watch.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen in this fight.
Remember what I said.
Okay, I will.
Okay. All right.
You mean remember what you said about the Chandler the Chandler Gaethje fight too?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even know what I was talking about. Like I was trying to. We had a problem, and
that was our first show. I had no audio.
I didn't know what fight I was answering. It was something else, something different. But no, yeah, it's going to end the decision, but fucking shit.
Dude, neither one of these guys have decision fights.
Poirier's going to win.
Okay.
Dude, neither one of these guys have decisions. Charles Oliveira never has a decision. Dustin rarely ever has a decision. These guys always either finish, win, or lose.
They're going to tonight.
Yep.
These guys always finish whether win or lose. Here we go. This Josh Emmett Dan Ige fight's going to be awesome, guys.
I hope not, because decisions are boring. All right.
This is going to be a good one. These guys rarely go to decisions too, especially Josh. Okay, here we go. Squaring off. These are big 145ers too.
Yeah, I think you're 2 minutes behind us on this.
Probably 30 minutes behind you.
Yeah, 2 minutes on the fight. That's weird.
So Dominic won, right?
Dominic won, yeah.
Okay.
By decision.
He's a decisionator.
Decisionator, yep.
You guys are something's gonna happen. You guys are gonna go, whoa, and I'll be like, what? They're just still like squaring off right now.
I'll have to go back and rewatch the Dominic fight with audio next time, because we have the sound turned off. I just want to hear how DC called it after all that stuff that went down this week.
Yeah, I want to hear that too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
If he brought it up, or if they made fun of him, Joe or Rogan.
I was watching it while we were talking. It looked like it was a pretty good fight back and forth.
Milena, you're going for Juliana Pena, right?
Oh, and Josh just put him down with a punch. Here we go.
Yep.
You guys see that?
Yeah.
You just see that punch that Josh put him down with?
Old news. Yeah, we seen that a few minutes ago. I didn't even tell
Did you really?
You're watching.
It's old news.
This is why we got to do our streaming differently when we do the live play-by-play stuff.
Exactly. We'll take care of that next time.
Thank goodness we're not doing live play-by-play right now.
Yeah, we'd all be just like, has
Everybody
Jason found out yet?
Things.
Has Jason found out yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yes! That happened to me last year during the playoffs. We did we watched the playoffs, so we did the whole play-by-play during the game, and each one of us were getting the signal at different times. Because one guy, I was in Bulgaria, another guy was in England, and another guy was in New York. And so we were all getting the reactions differently. And I would see them react to something, and nothing happened. And it's like, huh? So.
Oh, and a knee. Something just happened in the fight. I saw Roman look over and make a look at the camera or TV or something. Something just happened in the fight, didn't it?
Actually, no, he was looking at his monitor.
Okay.
So.
Oh, so something did happen.
No,
nothing's happened.
Who are you going for?
I'll be looking out for it.
I was just asking you. Are you going for Amanda Nunes or Juliana? Juliana?
Yeah. It's way too easy to pick who you're going for in that fight.
Going for. Who do you think's gonna win?
She's going to win.
I hope so.
See?
You think
I'm not the only one.
You think she could beat Amanda?
Listen, I got nothing to lose here.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone thinks Amanda's going to win. If she wins, okay, big deal. But if Juliana wins, hey, that works.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, seriously, I think that Amanda is looking past her. I think she's doing like John Jones did with Gustafson. I think he just thought, the first Gustafson fight.
And she still will have a belt, even if she loses it. She still has the above weight belt.
Exactly. Like what's driving her to keep it?
Yeah.
What's Juliana? It's everything for her.
Jason, there's not many fights. It's a bantamweight. What's the heavier? The 145 in women's. Is that bantamweight?
145? No, that's flat. It's a featherweight still.
There's not many fights up there, huh?
No, there's nothing there. In fact, they might have something. They might bring Kayla Harrison over to try to get that division alive.
But it's not like a bunch of fighters on the roster up there, no?
No, the only people they got on that Felicia Spencer was one of their best fighters, and she just retired last week. Okay. So that takes one out of there. But right now, you got Holly Holm that can go up there sometimes. You've got Jermaine Durandamy who goes up there. Yeah. You have Amanda. And there's not much else, but if they bring Kayla Harrison in from PFL, that's going to be a big deal, and that's going to bring some other people over too from some other promotions, and they might explode that division with her.
Yeah, that's where Cyborg was fighting up there, right?
Cyborg is at 145 as well, but she won't be coming over. But
that's where Amanda got the belt, I think, from Cyborg.
They started that division because of Cyborg, just so they could sign her. Yeah. Otherwise, they would never have done it.
So, Jason, in your opinion, Amanda Nunes, so she pulled like a Roger Federer kind of thing to where it just clicked for her, or do you think she was always on a trajectory?
I think she was on her way. It's just that she hadn't gotten there yet. But I think it's partly what you're saying, where something just kind of happened. Like she's found her groove, and once she did, that's what happened. And that's what's happening that's what happens a lot. That's what happened with Dustin Poirier. I mean, before he started, winning most of his fights, he was back and forth. He'd win one, he'd lose one, he'd win 2 or 3, he'd lose one, and kind of like the average thing. But since he kind of found what he was going for after he lost to Conor, that's when his game changed. Yeah, that loss to Conor is the best thing that could have happened to him. We were at your house, Roman, when that happened.
Were you? I don't remember.
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
We were at your house that night when they fought that first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, that had to be in 2015 then, right?
2014, early October.
Nice. Man, same with Cody Garbrandt. If he loses down at 125 tonight, that's really bad for him, because he has
it's
so
bad.
losses.
It's bad for him in that way. Remember the same thing happened to T.J. Dillashaw a few years ago.
Yeah.
He dropped down to that 125 for that one fight, and he was depleted, and he got knocked out because of it, or TKO'd because of it. And so, but he went back up to 135, and it didn't mess up his career. And he went back up to 135, and then he was, he's doing the good again. But
but Garbrandt's been losing up it. That's why he's going.
He has been losing. You're exactly right. Yeah, he has been
one
losing.
Win out of his last 4 or 5 fights, I think. Right.
That's right. He's lost to TJ twice. He lost to who else did he lose to?
His only win was that one knockout. He got it right at the end of the round.
That was Rafael Assunção.
That was Rafael. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cody also lost to what's his name? Who was it that beat him? Oh crap. Yeah, you're right though. He has lost several fights other than that one fight with Assunção. He's lost them all. But Cody, the thing about Cody is since he's a former champion and he does have like a name, it won't ruin his career. He'll go back up to bantamweight and try to rebuild himself.
Yeah, he's got a big name, so he could definitely have some more sizable fights, I would say.
Do you watch that cartoon, that MMA cartoon, those little shorts where Dana's always like, "Shut up."
Every now and then when they come, I don't seek them out or subscribe to them, but I'll see them turn up every now and then, and I'll watch them. But there used to be some really good ones several years ago that they did that had the best voices ever.
Oh, that was like 8 years ago. That was a long time ago.
Those were really good.
I don't know. That guy fell off the face of the earth, but he did the voices for the Diaz brothers perfect. Oh,
everybody. He did every voice.
That's a different guy, though, right?
Yeah.
That's a different guy.
If you watched the one that he did with Rory McDonald and George St. Pierre, that one, he did Roy's voice perfect. Then he did George St. Pierre's accent. Dude. It was so good.
Dude, the guy, I checked his website. I checked his channel like just a few weeks ago, and he just stopped just for no reason. There was no 8 years. It's been 8 years since he's done anything.
He was so good at that. That was his calling, man.
What's the other guy's name that we've been watching the cartoons?
It's a Muslim name, I think.
Yeah, he's some really funny ones.
Something like that. I don't know. But it's the only thing going right now as far as the animations. But it's pretty funny. They're short, but Dana White is the star of every cartoon. He's always the center of it. And even when the guy does boxing, that he finds a way to put Dana White in the cartoon. And because John Jones works out, he did in Albuquerque, but now it's in Phoenix. But he's always in the desert. So every John Jones episode that's in the desert, the guy uses the backdrop of Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. So it's just completely ridiculous. And it shows John Jones like chasing down people and running from the cops. And, it's pretty good.
You know what they should do? They should make a Grand Theft Auto video game, John Jones edition.
Yeah.
He's running from the car with his cocaine and the pregnant lady's back there crying with her arm broken. And he's ducking and hiding under the cage.
Rob Font was the other guy. Rob Font, Pedro Nunes, and
that's right.
That's who Cody lost to.
That's right, Rob Font. Yep. And Pedro beat Cody. The guy who just lost to Dominic, unfortunately.
That's funny you mentioned that, Jason. Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto?
No, but I see and hear about people talking about it all the time. I've seen like music videos and movies where in real life, like car chases in LA from the news, and everybody talks about it. And I go look it up sometimes, and you'll see like a video game of people like in Hawaiian shirts running around the freeway and stuff.
Yeah, well, me and Roman created a character, created John Jones in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
yeah.
So he came up with the idea. He said because we were doing the interviews for the documentary, and he goes, you know what? It would be awesome if the next UFC video game. Yeah, actually, you tell it, Roman, because it was your idea.
Well, yeah, I said for the UFC game, you don't even fight. They put you out on the street, and you have to get past the drug dealers. All the cops are chasing you down, and you eventually if you get to the arena, you walk in, and still champion is handing you the belt. You don't even fight.
Oh yeah, John's undefeated with that.
Yeah, so
yeah, because nobody can beat him anyway.
So that'll be it's like it goes to a sub game basically. Yeah, that would be the.
So in the new UFC game, yeah.
If John Jones was in one of those like Los Angeles style freeway police chases, and then he dished his car and jumped out and jumped over the overpass, and the cops started chasing the helicopters. He'd be the first person to ever successfully get away.
Yeah.
he'd be running through there, and all of a sudden some guy would pop. Some guy would pop out with a needle, and he go. The guy would be going. John Jones would be running past him. He go, picograms.
Yeah.
John Jones would stop. He go. No, he'd stay focused and go anyway and keep going on.
He's training near you. You said in the gym near where you live, huh?
Yeah, actually, I drive right past his gym twice a week for my work. I mean, I literally drive by the front door and look at the front door.
Are the cops like on alert out there now?
No, but there's fans out there. There's people with their kids outside on the sidewalk waiting for him.
Joe, yeah. No, hopefully Jones straightens up. I wanted to see him fight.
I think he went back to Albuquerque this week.
He's one of my favorite fighters, actually. But it's hard to stay a fan of his sometimes, man. As much as I like him, it's like he's done so many disappointing things, but I still think he's the best.
He's still the best, but he is so fake, man. Like, I mean, he talks about all this a lot. Yeah, he's fake. Like, he's always talking about God and good people and whatever. And he's he's not a good person, man. He's like,
I think he wants to be and tries to be, but he's got.
It doesn't matter if you want to be or try to be. I want to be a heaven-bound Christian, but that's not what I am. So
that's a whole other
but
discussion,
you look at what he just did like a month ago. His wife has got a busted nose, and his kids are downstairs in the lobby telling them not to take him back up to the room because Dad's still up there.
I don't think she had a busted nose. She had like a little blood on her shirt, is all they said.
That's what the police report said.
Yeah, she didn't report anything. I don't know.
And the kids were scared to go back up there. The kids didn't want him to come back.
Speculation. I don't know. I'm not.
No, that's the police report what the kids told the cops.
Yeah, so, I heard a different story. I got to look it up again.
Yeah.
I know.
Either way,
you see a lot of stuff on YouTube and a lot of bull crap. So I don't know.
Man, you are a real fan.
Well, it's not just that. I just anything, even if it's something I don't like. I try to not. I don't believe any news.
Did Conor McGregor punch the DJ last month in the car?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did?
I think he did. I think that was I think it's a fact. I think enough people saw it. I didn't look it up though. I'm not too interested in stuff like that.
Yeah. Did he also hole up in a mansion in Miami, holding up the cops for 5 hours with a standoff and didn't even go to jail for it?
Who did? Conor?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know about that one. Oh wow.
You know about that?
No, I believe it though.
What about it? Did you hear about him punching the old guy in the bar?
What's that? Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
Because he wouldn't take a shot.
Yeah.
What's his problem?
Yeah, he's got problems too. The arrogance or the ego. I don't know what it is. Did you see that that fight at the fights? Was it what's his name? His name slipped. Yesterday, that guy threw the flyers in his face. The guy that was on Ultimate Fighter.
That was Lane. He's famous for doing the let me bang, bro. I just want to bang, bro.
Mike Perry. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, Mike Perry. Yeah.
Mike Perry got stitches out of that.
Did he? Yeah, he was sitting there all just mind his own business, and he's like, "What the?"
Yeah.
Hell?
Yeah. Lane was back there throwing flies at him and cussing him out. And
is that guy? Is it Lane's his name?
Yeah.
Is he in the bare knuckle as well? Is he a fighter?
I don't know if he's signed with them or not.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he's been fighting in a regional promotion for the last 7 years, but I don't know. He may have just signed with them. I don't keep up with BKFC very much.
Lane is asking who punched an old guy.
Conor
McGregor. There's video of it. He's sitting on a stool. This guy's like 60 years old. He's sitting on a stool in a bar. Conor comes up and tries to give him a shot of his proper 12 whiskey. The guy says, no, thanks, I don't want it. So Conor just punches him as he's sitting there on the stool.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
There's video. Look it up on the site.
No, I know.
What a loser.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
He was probably drunk and he's ashamed of it, but it's messed up.
I've been drunk before. I've never just randomly punched somebody.
Conor McGregor is not ashamed of it. Why does he keep doing things like that if he's ashamed? He does it all the time.
That's the worst one. I don't know. But
don't forget about the guy in Miami at the hotel.
Jesus, how many incidents?
I haven't heard about that. I got to look these up. So
you got to think about him putting glass in what's his face's eyeball. Who was that?
Well,
when
he was
Michael Chies's eye,
he
and then
he didn't try to get glass in Michael Chies's eye. He was going after.
Jeez, there's a defense for Conor and John. No matter what I say, there's a defense.
Well, no, I'm not standing up for Conor and all those other things. I'm just saying that particular one, Khabib had it coming. Unfortunately, somebody else got hurt. But
No, I agree. I agree with that. I hate Khabib too, and I think he did have it coming. But the thing is, though, is when you have collateral damage because you're a retard, that doesn't excuse that makes it worse because you don't care about anything. It's almost like it's like what Mad Dog Cole did when he was shooting his gun out of his window and he killed a bunch of kids because he didn't care what happened. He had a goal in his mind and it was to kill the guys he wanted to kill. He didn't care who else got it. And that's how Conor is. Conor doesn't care who else gets it, and that's a terrible person to think that way.
Yeah, but there's also as much as Dana White, everybody criticized him for that. They loved it. They used that in the preview for the next Conor fight.
Of course they did.
They loved that.
Dana White will use anything. Dana White will use a boy who got banged by his priest at 9 years old, and if he gets footage of it, he'll use it to promote a fight with.
Dana White's a good guy.
Dude, he's the biggest piece of shit that ever lived.
No, man. He gets a lot of passes in my book. He gets a lot of passes. I love Dana White. He's awesome. I'm not saying he's perfect by any means, but it's a lot of his things he said in modern day, in the recent days, has made me respect him a lot more. He gets a pass on everything for how he's handling certain situations with the restrictions and this and that. So he's pretty awesome.
But that's just business. That's just him doing business. That has nothing to do with him.
No, it's the only person doing business like that. Nobody else is doing business
He's
like
the only
that.
commissioner
that's fine,
in the major
but that's business. That has nothing to do with
balls.
That has nothing to do with him not being a piece of shit, though. That's just him being a businessman trying to make money and keep his job. It has nothing to do with him being a piece of shit.
Well, I don't think
those are two different things.
It's him standing up for what he believes in, what's right.
But that's fine. But hey, LeBron James is standing up for what he believes in. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but what he's standing up for, I don't agree with. Necessarily. I don't know all
that's a bad example. I mean, LeBron
no, it's not. No, it's not.
LeBron is defending China. He's a traitor.
No, the point isn't what you're defending. The point is that Roman said that he's standing. No, he said he's standing up for what he believes in. So I respect that. That's fine. Everybody does that.
Standing up for the right thing, not just what he believes in, but standing up for what's right.
I think Roman meant the right thing.
The right thing, yes. Standing up for the right thing, not necessarily what he believes in.
But it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. That's him doing business. His personal decision to do that. There's also people out there who are standing up for the right things politically, but then they'll go home and beat their wife.
Right. I'm talking about Dana White though. He's standing up for doing the right thing, where all the other sports organizations aren't doing that because of business.
Yep.
So he's doing the exact opposite of what he should do for business.
No, what that is that's a gamble he's doing. He's taking a chance and he's gambling what he's doing. So that's
he's
what
never
that is.
veered off his story though. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter what the story is. What matters is that he's probably the biggest liar I've ever seen on TV, other than Obama and Biden.
Yeah, he lies. He lies. But what do you expect?
He's still the best commissioner in major sports right now.
Yeah.
He's the commissioner of the best organization in major sports. Scott Coker is the best person as a commissioner in sports right now.
Who?
Bellator.
Scott Coker.
Bellator.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? The best commissioner is actually the guy who runs the Canadian Football League. Huh. Really? I said major sports. Come on, man.
When they're talking about making fights and stuff, who does Dana always delegate that to? Who does he always claim? He always claims that I don't have anything to do with that. We go in the office on Tuesday, and Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard make those decisions. So who's really making the UFC good?
I honestly don't know enough about.
But obviously Dana has something to do with that. He doesn't sit there maybe making the calls and doing some of the ins and outs of it, but obviously they all decide on it. Yeah.
Jalen's got an interesting point here. He says Floyd Mayweather Productions, he manages himself. That's God, the money that guy's made.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Well, the pay-per-view is about to start, so we're gonna do a post show. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Because there's gonna be some good things happening on this pay-per-view.
Right.
So
we're gonna be back right after
as
soon as the pay-per-view's done.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna have a post game here. Oh wow, a post fight show right after the main event is over. So I look forward to seeing you guys in a few hours, and thank you for joining us right now. And see you soon.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching VonAllen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
VonAllen Sports.